Machine learning engineers are the highest paid tech professionals nowadays, with an average salary of $265,000 in the US. I myself am a machine learning engineer here in London, and my total compensation is $198,000, which is completely crazy when I think about it, given how fun, rewarding, and enjoyable the job really is. However, getting a job as a machine learning engineer is far from easy, even though many people online claim that you can get this profession in about 6 months to a year. That is simply not true. So in this video, I want to explain exactly why machine learning engineers get paid so much as we do, and also break down the steps to show you how you can become one. Let's get into it. As many of you probably know, this field is constantly changing. And so the definition of what a machine learning engineer is also fluctuates. However, at a general high level, a machine learning engineer is someone who mixes machine learning, statistics, and software engineering skills to train and deploy models into production. The reason we have machine learning engineers is that a while ago, companies were hiring loads of data scientists. However, these data scientists were building all these sophisticated models in things like Jupyter notebooks. The problem is, I'm sure many of you have heard me say this before, a model in a Jupyter notebook has zero business value. And so companies realize, we need someone who can build these models, but also ship them to production so they actually generate business impact. And that's exactly where the machine learning engineer role basically came into effect. Because in this role, you build models and then you actually use software engineering and your DevOps skills to deploy them into production so they can make live decisions for the business and actually bring the value that the models are kind of meant to bring value in for. Given that machine learning engineering came into the fray after data scientist, it's still a relatively young role, about like 5 years old, and it originally started in the big tech companies in the San Francisco Bay Area because they were the only companies that could really afford but also needed like machine learning engineers. However, nowadays it's literally everywhere because you can get it at startups, traditional companies, and just anything in between, because the value the machine learning engineers bring is so high, and pretty much every company is realizing that. And personally, I think it's a role that will simply only increase in demand as time goes on, because every company now has loads of data. We have this big AI wave happening, and companies need people who understand machine learning, data, and just modeling as a whole, and also be able to ship that into production because it's such a high ROI thing to have in your business. And so the demand for machine learning engineers will simply increase. However, like I said at the beginning, it's not exactly an easy role to break into. The first thing you need to understand is that machine learning engineering is far from an entry-level position. Sure, there are cases where people go straight from university or their PhD to becoming a machine learning engineer. In fact, one of my coaching clients actually did that same transition. He went from a master's in data science straight to a machine learning engineer role. But I don't actually recommend this, and that's quite rare. Sure, it happens, and you can try your luck, but to me, it's not exactly the best process behind actually trying to get a machine learning engineer job, because you may just spend loads of time chasing that role, when in reality, like I said, it's not the best path to take if you want to become an MLE. In terms of the process of how you become a machine learning engineer, here is roughly how the steps work. So the first one is that I highly recommend you get a master's in a STEM subject, a master's at least, in maths, physics, or computer science. Then after your master's degree, I will then get a role as either a data scientist or software engineer. That's the first thing. You want to get into one of those roles first. Then, after you've been in that company for about 2 years, make sure you upskill yourself in the complementary skill set. So, i.e., if you are a data scientist, learn the software engineering skills. If you're a software engineer, learn the data science skills like stats, machine learning. You basically want to be in this role for 2 years, but self-teaching yourself the complementary skill sets kind of either through your job or outside of hours. I hate to say you got to put in more effort, but you kind of have to if you want to get a job as the highest paid tech professionals nowadays have. And last one is after you've been in a role for like 2 years and you've been upskilling yourself in the opposite skill set, then look to pivot either internally, that's a preference, or like ideally internally, or to a different company to become a machine learning engineer. It's not awfully complicated the way I've laid it out, but the problem is you can see that journey is quite involved. Like you need a master's degree, you then need to get a job as a data scientist or software engineer, you then need to stay in that role for about 2 years whilst also upskilling yourself in the other skill set that you need. And then you need to basically apply for those roles or try and negotiate an internal move. The problem with that is that it's simple, but it's patience, right? You ultimately need to have this game plan in your head and execute it every day consistently. And unfortunately, most people just don't have that patience nor that kind of discipline or consistency to really execute on that plan. And I see that all the time. But in my opinion, that kind of discipline, execution, and plan for 3-4 years is worth it for a career in the highest paid tech profession. Like I said, the salaries in this field are crazy. So if you can just stick at it, and before even your late 20s, you could be earning well into the 6 figures, which in my opinion is crazy. But like I said, it simply requires a bit of discipline and consistency over a 3 to 4 year period. In terms of technical skills that you need to become a machine learning engineer, it honestly varies quite a lot between companies, geographies, and also the specialism you want to work in. But at a high level, these are all the core fundamental technical skills that you need. So obviously machine learning, statistics, calculus, Python, SQL, AWS or any other cloud platform, Bash and Z shell scripting through a terminal, PyTorch, Docker, Kubernetes, MLOps, Git and GitHub, and then general software engineering principles. By no means is that an exhaustive list, but you can see that covers quite a wide range of technical skills. In fact, those technical skills are like 2 jobs in one in most cases. If that list makes machine learning engineering sound like a lot, well, that's because it is. And that's exactly why I've been recommending DataCamp for years now. I've partnered with DataCamp for this video because they generally have one of the best learning experiences, and you're not just simply passively watching videos. You actually write code, complete exercises in the browser, and build projects as you go. If you want to build your ML foundations, then their machine learning fundamentals in Python track is a great place to start. You will learn things like supervised learning with scikit-learn, unsupervised learning, PyTorch, and even reinforcement learning. And once you're ready to move towards the actual ML engineer skill set, their machine learning engineer track goes into exactly the skills that employers look for, which is MLOps, MLflow, data pipelines, monitoring, Docker, DVC, and CI/CD. So you're not just training models, you're learning how to ship and monitor them in production systems. If you want one structured, hands-on path to take you from ML basics to the ML engineering skills that will actually get you hired, then I highly recommend you check out DataCamp, and all of this will be linked in the description below. As you can probably tell by now, machine learning engineering requires so many skills. Maths, stats, machine learning, software engineering, DevOps. Honestly, the list goes on. These skills are literally individual professions in their own right, like data analyst, software engineer, DevOps engineer. And so you can see exactly why machine learning engineers get paid so much, because they're basically one person doing the job of like 2 to 3 people, because you're essentially combining a data analyst, software engineer, DevOps engineer into one role. And the reason they get paid so much also makes sense from an economics point of view. Let's say you have a data analyst who earns $40K and then a software engineer that earns $80K, right? Instead of putting those 2 people on payroll and basically having a cost of $120K, you can hire a machine learning engineer at $100K, so hire them both of those salaries, and then pay them less than you would pay for those 2 people individually, right? It makes sense. Sure, in terms of a productivity perspective, or purely like brute force output, it may be less, but the machine learning engineer is like a Swiss Army knife in many cases, and they're so versatile. So it's no wonder that they are paid so much, because they can basically reduce your overall cost and you pay them a little bit more. But for business perspective, it just makes so much sense. And this role can pretty much do many things. Data analyst, data scientist, software engineer, DevOps engineer, even like a cloud engineer in some cases. So it's really versatile, and that's exactly why they're paid so much, because their skill set is so high. Not to mention the ROI they can bring to a business. They can do the analysis, the model building, the model deployments, the model monitoring. Like, you're basically having someone that can do kind of like a unicorn of a person who can do so many things. And I'm sure by now you can tell exactly why they are paid so much. If you really want to become a machine learning engineer, that is fantastic. However, remember how I said earlier that you first need to become a data scientist and then look to transition across. And if you're wondering how you become a data scientist, then I recommend you check out this video, which goes over exactly how I would become a data scientist if I was starting completely from scratch. I'll see you there.